Hi everyone, so today I have a sponsored video from Tonic Studios for their new March Madness showcase that they are releasing today. It is the Twirling teacups die set. It makes an adorable project and we will get right to that. But first I want to go over everything here and talk a little bit about the instructions. So these items were sent free of charge from my review, and of course all opinions are my own, and any links in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items through those links. So thank you for using those if you would like. They're under the video title, basically somewhere in there. So this set is very concise for what it makes. I'm just like, wow. So I do want to give you a measurement though, because I've been forgetting recently, and I'm sorry. Right at the top of the largest die, and I would say it's this one as far as the width, and then we'll measure that guy. But metal to metal, it's 5 inches by almost 4 3/8, and then the longest one here is about almost 8.5 by 1 3/8. And like I said, with a length on a die, if you have a die cutting machine that, you know, cuts like this size or whatever, isn't the biggest deal, because you can just run through the portion that you can get in there and then just take it out and just, you know, keep your paper taped, you know, the die taped to it, and then run the other portion that didn't quite make it. So there's always a way to work around that. But as far as the width, you definitely need to know that information so you know it'll fit through your machine, right? So yeah, so this, I mean, it's so cute. It has different layers. I will show you, I have like a little printout of what you're going to be receiving. This is a sample, so obviously it's not mounted. Well, yours is mounted on a plastic sheet like this, but it's usually within like a folder, and the folder's all full color, and it gives you all the information with different dies and inspo and all that. And it looks something like this, but it's obviously big enough to hold this guy, and it's in full color, and it's nice and thick weight. So you can kind of see some of the different things that these different creators made there. And then there's some instruction. Now I'm going to go through the instruction as far as I'm going to walk you through it, right? Showing you how I put this together, but I do want you to see how there are different layers. So there's this base piece, and honestly, if you wanted to just make it so it's just this top portion, you can definitely do that. But we have this base piece, we have this guy, your little swings or teacups, or however you want to design that, and then the top portion, and then the top portion of the whole thing. So lots of fun ways to decorate it and all these fun things. I really got to focus on the construction today. So for my decoration, there might be some inlays. It's probably going to be some patterned paper just to make it really fun, things like that. But you can always play it up either way, you know, inlays and patterned paper. I'll probably do something like that too. So we have these different pieces. This is a tall piece in the center of your twirling teacups, and you have edges, and you have like these pieces that are going to come together to look like that flower shape that makes the base. This guy and then this guy are two different base pieces. Side pieces that we can decorate. You know, obviously everything we need, the little teacup handle, if you want to make it a teacup, you can make it into like just a little swing, however you want. And then that top part and everything. So that's what I'm saying. This is a very concise set of dies to make something so spectacular there. So what I'm going to do is just grab some paper. We're going to get started. I always like to go through the first parts with you guys, like, you know, creating the teacup ride base, which obviously we're going to need, the top elements, all these things, but let's just focus on some of these other parts. So the base elements would be these two pieces, right? This bottom portion, and then this guy, and then there's that pole in the middle, and then there's the top. So they both have floral look to them, but they are a bit different. So the scalloped edge is what's going to make the larger base, and then the curved edge is what's going to make the top portion, the little top piece, and then that's where the column goes. But for now, I'm going to need 24 of the scalloped edge, and I'm probably going to cut this from white paper. I might cut some different color papers. I do want to talk about the papers really quick, if they're still available. I have some papers that are going to be in a bundle. These I just pulled from my stash, but they're similar colors. I think there's also an amethyst in this bundle, but mauve purple, you know, marigold yellow, and I thought these colors are actually really cute to go in with this set too. So I'm probably going to use some colors from here. Blossom pink. It does come with tans and coffee color and brown and stuff, but which I probably won't use today. But I did want to show you that. I'll probably be pulling from here. But we need 24 of the scalloped edge. You're going to put several of these together, 6 at a time, to make like the round shape or whatever it is that we need for that base. So we need 24 of this. We need the bottom side. So this is for the very bottom, is this guy. And then we have this guy, and you're going to need 6 of this. So I'm pulling these out right now because I'm going to make these the same color. 6 of these. So this one, the reason you need 24 is because you're going to have a bottom and then like different layerings of it, right? And you're putting 6 together at a time. So I'm basically going to cut those all the same color is how I'm going to do that. So yeah, so you're going to have a few layers of this on top of each other on that very base piece. So I think we're going to focus on that before we get any further. Like I said, the curved edge, which is this one, is what creates the portion that goes on top of that little platform that goes above that. So we have that. We also need stabilizing pieces for this piece, which is this guy. So again, I'm cutting this off from the same color paper. For me, I think this bottom part's going to be white. So I'm just going to cut these off from white. So we need 8 of these. Excuse me. 8 of these and 6 of this guy and 24 of this guy. So I'm just going to run them through, and I always pretty much try to run through as many pieces as I can at once so I can get the cutting done more quickly. So just, you know, put them on paper like that or however, and I'll be right back. Hey guys, so I have those basic things cut, 24 of these guys, 6 of this, 8 of this. You are going to reserve 2 of these later, and I think you cut them down, so that's why you have 8 and not 6. Like, you know, everything's like multiples of 6 here. Excuse me, so that's the reasoning on that one. Okay, I generally like to decorate afterward, and that's just how I like to do things, but there are a lot of curves on this one. Like this guy, we are going to put this together in one long strip and then kind of curve it around when we have this joined together in that flower shape. So I'm going to go ahead and decorate these now that they're flat, which I know I normally don't do, but we are going to do today. So for that area, you have these pieces, you know, they're both decorative and like they already have their own inlay that's going to be cutting out. But if you wanted to just decorate with a strip of paper, I would just maybe measure this die and then just cut strips of paper that are like that and pop them on there if you want to do that. But I'm going to run this one through. I already pulled out some of this, I think, mauve purple. So I'm going to cut 12 of these, right? Because they scallop. So even though there's 6 pieces, they scallop in 2. So you need 1, 2 for each one. So 12 of this guy. I really love that this top piece has one solid piece that you can either use the inlays or don't use the inlays, but these are the inlays, but this piece right here. So you only need 6 of this one. And I'm going to cut that from some pattern paper. I have this funky paper here that I thought would be fun. So 6 of this guy and 12 of these guys, and I'll just run those through and I'll be right back. I think that's it for right now. So on 6 of these, we're going to add those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to add this detail, and this probably could be done later, but since I'm doing it for the bottom portion that kind of goes around here, I might as well get this going now also. I'm just going to pop these guys on here. And you can see in your imagery, basically this is going to be covered up by something anyway, so you're just going to pop this like here. This is going to have the other like little scallop stage area kind of up on top of that. So I'm just going to pop them there on those 6. And with these little guys, I'm just going to bring them over and inlay them here. And let's see. I'll go ahead and just do a little gluey glue like this. And then just kind of go across them. Always making sure that it's on the very edges. And I'll lay those down and just kind of centering them within their little area, right? You can imagine if that's it, just there. Okay, so I'll do that on all 12 sections. Hey guys, so I have my pieces here. They look so cute. Again, I usually build these things when they're not decorated, so it's cute to see them this way. As you read over your instruction, you are basically going to do this scalloped edge base 4 times. So I'm going to take these 6 and we're just going to glue them together. So these aren't really tabs that you're going to bend, you're just going to glue them at that point. So you're going to do this with all 24. So 6 in each ring, and there's gonna be 4 rings basically when you're done. So I'm gonna do them all at once. In the steps it tells you, you know, make a ring, do this, make another ring, do that, you know, make 2 more rings and add them here. So for right now I'm just gonna make them all. So we're gonna have all 6 ready to go. So there's the glue. And we're just gonna form it into a ring. Right? So there's that one. This guy. I'm going to do the same thing with the others, so we're essentially, like I said, we're going to have 4 rings when we're done. So these guys are not decorated. They're going to be 2 of them at the base and 2 of them on top. This is going to be my very top one, so obviously I'm not going to use this one till the end, but till we're done with, you know, gluing these side pieces in. And there we have that. And then we have stabilizing pieces, the ones that we cut over here that we're going to use in just a moment. And last one here and here. So I'm just going to slide this one under here and in there just to make them all the same. There we go. And I just, you know, did a little zhuzhing just to make sure those lined up still. And I did go one right after the other. I wasn't really waiting for them to dry for the same reason that you can still manipulate if you need to. But look how cute that is. Perfect. And that is going to be my very top one, right? Because it's all decorative. So I'm going to take, you know, another 6 and join them just like I did that. Another 6, another 6. When I come back, I'll have 3 rings that don't have any decoration and 1 that has a decoration. For these guys, it says to glue them in one long strip to begin with. You see, we're going to bend them like this. They're going to kind of go around each of these little areas. So just kind of keep that in mind. So if you wanted to, you know, give them a zhuzh, you can do that. But for now, we're going to glue them all in one strip. So I'd rather do that part. And I'm going to bend my glue tab though, because they are going to go in and out from there. So we're just going to glue these guys together into one long strip. I'm just kind of messing with it while I'm here. Glue tab up for sure. I like to bend my glue tabs before. So I'm just going to go along this whole thing and glue all 6 of these together into one long strand. Okay everyone, so I have my 3 rings that are just plain. We're going to put these guys to the side, and then we have the pretty decorative one, which I will pop over somewhere else. So for right now, I'm going to take the first one I did, or the second one, because it's going to be more dry. And then we have the long strip. So if you find it easier just to do, you know, a piece at a time, and then come back and attach them at the tabs, do whatever you think is best for you. Right now, what I'm going to do is go ahead and just fold the tabs. Let's take the time to do both sets. So top and bottom, I'm just going to tuck them. Okay, and I'll be right back. Okay, so it's very long, but I've gone through and done that. So basically what we're going to do is take this guy. We're going to cover the bottom of this anyway, so if you want this top part, you're not going to see it. It's going to be sandwiched inside of another, you know, layer on the top of this. So if you want the right side up, bottom, it doesn't matter. You're just going to start in one of these areas and start gluing them in. So just like that, right? So whatever position you find easiest to do that, I'm going to put some glue on these tabs. On this one, honestly, if you want to put little strips of, you know, like your dry adhesive, you know, you're going to sandwich it anyway, so if you think that works, then do that. But I'm just going to kind of come around like this and just hold the tabs until they grab right. And honestly, sometimes when I do stuff like this, I'll put it against like my surface just so I can push down. And I'm putting the tabs underneath. They're not on top of this. Just doing those things, I like how they're saying, does give you a little extra work room. Like if I'm on the outside because I'm pushing it in, if I was to glue it on the inside and I want to bring it in a little bit so it looks really nice, you're going to lose like a fraction of like the smallest amount, but that also can come together at the end to help you out or not help you, right? Depending on how you do it. So that's holding on. Later on, we're going to come in with one of these guys and pop it on top. So it's going to cover those pieces. Obviously, we're going to line it up the way it needs to be like this. And it's going to cover that up. So just go for it, you know. I mean, honestly, if you just want to put the glue here and just put a strip of it, you know, if you don't want to go tab by tab, however it is that's easiest for you to do this, go for it. I prefer tab by tab because now I have glue all over this that I'm going to deal with. But again, just adhering and making sure everything's just running across this little scalloped area. And again, you can bend it back. I'm going to add glue here to the next 4 and bring them underneath. Like I said, I like to use my surface because it actually does help to kind of push down against. So tuck that in right into that little area where it curves. Bring this around. And I'm going to hold a couple of sections down now. So as you're going, you're getting used to it and, you know, just go for it. So again, tuck, tuck, tuck. And then I'll do the next set and put some glue, tuck them under, press down, right? And I'll meet you back over here as I come around. Yes, I'm at the very last bit. I already put my little glue there, and then we have this last glue tab, so I'm just going to bend it back like I did the others. And once I come around, I'll just attach that too. So it's been really easy for me just to hold this down and just kind of come around like this and tuck everything in. Now this glue tab's gonna have to come forward before it goes back, but there you go. And then back into here. And once I get that kind of going, I'll push these guys in and hold them down. So as you can see, you know, it kind of stays back, but once you really do what you want, push it in, hold it down, you're good to go. And everything just kind of curved in place. Obviously I want that to set up for a second. Super cute. Before we move on this one, we're going to add these guys. So we're going to need 6 of these. I'll leave this one back here. I had made some that were right on the very edge of my paper, and I knew I was going to cut a couple of them later to manipulate them. Oh, actually I have some extra, so that's okay. Maybe I don't need that one. So I wasn't worried about it too much. So those 3. So we have 6, or do I have more than that now? 3, 4, 5, 6, okay. So I'm gonna let that set up, and then we're gonna move on to adding these guys on this piece. Okay guys, so look how cute. Very adorable. Alright, so 6 of these guys, they do have a little score line. Don't worry about that right now. So for now, basically, I'm not sure if these are gonna go up or in, but either way, I'm gonna fold these both ways. We're gonna glue these guys to the inside here. So just like we took the other ones and kind of glued them in. Actually, it's easier to do on this side. So I'm going to do it on this side because like I said, it's going to be trapped anyway. I don't know that they're meant to be on the inside like this. It's very tight. So I am just going to take one of these guys, right, and glue it right in here. So this is a stabilizing piece. It's just there to give you more stability. So anyway, I'll check both sides just to make sure it's looking good there. All right. And you see, they don't connect or anything. They're just here. Okay, so there you go. One to the next one. To the next one. I want to say they probably go in a little bit more than I have this one. Yeah, I'm just going to push this in actually a little bit further in, even at that, just because I do want them to line up. It does say to align them here, and so, I mean, that's the best spot right there. So it's about, I don't know, I would say 1/4 inch in. Now that's how I'm doing it. Maybe they intended something different. Like I said, this is going to be all covered up, but it is there to help it be more stable. So for me, that lines up better there. So this one lines up better. Right? What I'm doing is just aligning one edge to the other. Like looking at the scallop die cut and where that fits in the nicest. Left to right. Does that make sense? So like with this one, same thing. Let me give it a score and I'll show you what I mean. And maybe it's meant to be closer over here, but I can't get it there. So I'm just putting it here. So see where the one ends, the other one starts, and just right to the edge. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'll do that around all 6, and I will be right back. Okay guys, this is the last one. And I know people, you know, leave comments all the time saying, oh, thank you, you know, for showing this exactly step by step, because it's hard to read instructions sometimes. And I struggle reading the instructions sometimes too. And, you know, maybe it's hard to kind of make out what they're showing, but with this one, that's my gut feeling is that's how it is. So as you can see, it just leaves like a little space there, okay? And then I got scared because I'm like, oh, actually I have to put this in, but no, this goes underneath, so it doesn't matter. So there you go. That's gonna go underneath. I mean, if you want to put that underneath now, right now, like, you can definitely do that. It feels more sturdy. Yeah, why not? Let's go ahead and pop this on here at this point, just so that we can have a really sturdy thing to work on. So I'm going to go ahead and just put glue all the way to the very edge. Again, you can do this at the end. And then we're going to glue another one to the glue tabs that are still remaining. So we're going to do that in just a minute. So again, right to the very edges, as well as I can. And I'm just looking at the hexagon shape that's there in the center. That's the one I'm focusing on here and here. There you go. And that just helps, you know, sandwich it, cover the glue tabs. Obviously, it looks nicer. I'm going to hold that down just to make sure those are all together. And then we're going to come in and take the one that's still not decorated, and we're going to glue it under the glue tabs. But this time what you're going to do is push these guys in. Actually, let's go ahead and lay these down right now. These guys are kind of in the way, so just kind of tuck them out of the way by laying them down. And that actually helps me adhere these guys together. I'm going to give it just a minute because I did add this one at the bottom. And then we'll come back in and add this guy. Okay? Okay guys, so that's what we have. Now, again, reading instructions. I don't know if they mean to glue this like this. It's kind of what it sounds like, but then I don't see what that would do. So what I'm going to do is stand these up like this, and basically we did our base, glue them here, right? That would make the most sense to me. I don't know. It does say to put glue and then just come in, so to glue them on themselves is what it says. So I don't know. And I'm sorry, guys. It's not super clear to me, but I think I'm just going to put, and honestly, you can just tuck those in later, but I think I'm just going to put some glue on these right now and just work with them a little at a time. So what I like to do with these kind of tabs is right now that we need to push the other guy into it, is bring them up a little so that when I bring my other circle in, it'll just kind of hold, like it'll want to touch this surface. So I put glue all over this one, so I'm going to do it now all over these guys. And this set over here. Never done this before, so I'm just going to take one of these guys and I'm just kind of thinking about how I want to do this. So I'm actually going to put glue on this, on the top side. So with the whole, and put it pretty close to the edge. And I did do 2 scallops worth of that other glue. So I'm just going to bring this in here, and then we're going to tuck under the glue tabs. Okay, so that's the whole point. So again, if you're going to lay these down, you can definitely get your hand in there and just kind of glue those. I don't know what the best way is, guys. You know, I try to show you guys the best way, the easiest way of doing this. And I'm wondering if these should just be laid down, and then we'll pop them up when we're done. Right? I'm going to lay them back down. And I'm sorry that I don't really know what they mean by what they said in the instructions, so I'm just going to do what I think is better. And we can just push those back in later. So for now, underneath, underneath. And hold a section at a time. So I'm holding the glue tabs and we're gluing them under. Okay? It's going to take a little patience because I really want those to grab before I move on to the next area. Like that. And now this piece, push those in, really get those aligned. And again, they did say to cover them at the end, you know, your glue tabs. So maybe at that point you're like, oh, I like this one better. And this side should have the, you know, it's essentially the same, right? So maybe the other side would have been better for this. You can just do whatever you like. Okay, so I'm just going to go around and hold on to them until they stay. And then we'll deal with the stabilizing piece. Because to me, stabilizing means keeping it up, right? Instead of letting it fall down. So if they weren't here keeping this up, if they were just glued down flat, then that wouldn't be very stabilizing, would it? So let's go to like the next area. and put my glue really close. You can also just put it in the bottom of your little tabs. Get your hand in there, push this up, get that close, and wait for that to set up, right? Okay, so I'm going to go around the whole thing just like that. Okay guys, so this is what it's looking like. Again, I did finish off the bottom, but you could definitely wait, and I probably should have just waited so that we're all on the same page, but that's okay. So for this part, again, I'm not sure what the intention is, but I'm just going to put glue and like pop this guy back in here. And then glue this one. And push it in there. Right? And just go around and do that. And that to me adds stability because now, I mean, it's not going to crush, right? So, again, I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna go around and just put glue on the tab and push them back up inside, okay? I'll be right back. So I just turn it over to kind of smooth out this side and kind of smooth that side too. Keep that in there. Just showing you how I'm trying to get that going. And so now, once that's all together, you can go ahead and top it with your pretty piece, you know. So again, you could wait. I know my bottom side is probably better looking than this top side, but that's okay. So I am just going to adhere that. And again, you would have taken another one and adhered it here, right? So that's that. I'm just going to, same thing we did over here, just put glue and hold it down on top of that. And I'll be right back. So there it is, super sturdy. We're going to put that to the side for now. The next thing they're describing is to go ahead and do your central column. And so that would be these pieces here. And I'm trying to think if I'm going to just make it white. I mean, you just kind of see it in the background. So I'll probably go ahead and make this white also. I am using Craft Perfect paper, and that's why it was very easy to kind of manipulate the edges, because see, it's a little bit softer or not as thick as like a construction weight paper. But, you know, you can use whatever you like. But I am going to use the Craft Perfect still. And if you're looking at your instruction, you know, the column needs 6 pieces. So this, we're going to need 6 pieces. But you're also going to attach it to some of the curved edge dies. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and cut my curved edge dies, which you're going to need 24 of this guy. And let me see if there's anything else I need in this piece. So if you are making like the teacup, instead of having them hang down like the swing, you're going to want to adhere those now. So that'll be the next step we talk about as far as making our little cups or swing or however, right? It's just a couple pieces. Oh, it's a few pieces. These guys, I believe 6 of them, and then the handle, right? If you're going to double it up, a couple of those. So we'll talk about that in just a second. So right now I'm just going to run this through the same white paper, and then I'm trying to think if I want... let's do a pretty colored, like a different color paper on this one as far as the base part of it. So I'm just going to choose one of the colors I showed you earlier, and we're going to take this guy, and we need 24 of this guy. So again, I'm going to run 6 of these through white paper and 24 of this through whatever color paper it is that I like, and I'll be right back. Sorry, one more thing I will say, since we're just cutting and we're getting to this part, I'll go ahead and cut the matte layers for this too, because we're going to put our little cups on top of that. So again, for me, you know, I have this guy. It can be a matte layer from like one of my cute colors, or we can do an inlay, however it is that you want to play that up. But you do have one inlay and then the matte layer for these guys. So 6 of this, right? So oh yeah, and then this guy too. Again, you have the inlay. You can just do a matte layer with like whatever color you like, or even run it through an embossing folder afterward. That'd be really fun. I'll be right back. So what we're about to do is a lot like what we did before, a couple different steps. So I am parsing it out in the steps the way they have it in the directions, because you are going to make, you know, essentially 4 of these little like scallop things, kind of like we did here, but in a couple different steps. So I'm gonna wait for the other ones, although I did cut everything. We have it all here, you know, so I did separate the 6 that we need for this part with the 6 little toppers like we talked about, and I'm using pretty papers for that, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that, because basically if you look at this, we're going to put that tower portion, or the column portion should I say, in there. And so this portion that's going to be facing us should have our prettiness on it. Okay, so the little pretty area. So I will have that ready to go in just a minute. So what I'm going to do with these guys though is go ahead and just leave them the way they are. It's fine. Or you can put them together, whatever it is you want to do. As far as that, you can make your circle, you know, 6. But I'm going to get this glue going. Sorry, I just need to look for a pin. I'm going to put these guys on here. So I'm just eyeballing kind of where that might be. Just centering it in there. And I cut 2 different pattern papers for this, so this is the nice side. I'll do it with all of them, of course. Just put those on my matte layers. And then the column there, you have these pieces. I'm going to go ahead and score and fold. Again, this paper is a little bit thinner because it's the Craft Perfect that I'm using. If you want for this portion to use like the white, heavy weight cardstock, that'd be great, or whatever color you're using, obviously. I'm going to go ahead and score them all so that they're ready to go, and then I'm also going to include my little matte layer on these guys. Okay, so when I come back, everything will be matte layered and ready to be assembled. You can see this needs to go over. No, not that far. Just a little bit. Just a little bit here and there. And a little bit more this way. This one actually has 3 glue tabs, sorry. And I think one of them is going to face out because it's going to go into the center of this circle. If you can imagine, that one's smaller, but it's going to go in the center like that. So let me go ahead and do my matte layers, and I'll be right back. Put the rest of the little cuts that you made for, you know, this top flower shape for later, but we have 6 of them right now, and we're just going to glue those together. And I'm just gluing mine in a way that has a pattern every other, you know. I have like this little star pattern paper and then this cute little scallop paper, and putting them together right at those glue tabs. Again, we're not bending these glue tabs, these are just to help us glue this together. So just like we did the first one, I'm going to make a beautiful little like flower shape. And I'll continue down this one. And we will do this together. It doesn't take too long. Very quick. Let me move this out of the way. This shape is so cute. And one more, that's going to be this guy. And this guy. And then we're going to put our column together, and that's going to slide into the middle here. So for right now, let's just get this guy going. There we go. Again, very much like the top circle. Scallop circle, I suppose. And then our little teacups or whatever it is, you're going to put them on here. Okay, so it looks something like that. We're going to make a cup in just a minute. So, with these guys, we're just going to glue them together on this long tab. So, a long glue tab. Again, I like to put glue right on the very edge. Probably give it a little zhuzh with this to spread that glue out. And we are just putting these guys together. And that's it. Long glue tab. Adhered. Next one, and the next one, and the next one. I'll come back when I get to the very end to show you how I put that together. Basically one, then the other, and then the other, just keeping it nice and straight. It is going to come in. I don't know if you can see that they have like a shape that's tapered, right? So it's going to be a little more tapered. And just make sure we keep that. Okay. Hey guys, so I'll be back. We have all those guys, and we're going to come back around to just glue that together right there. So I'm going to make sure this is up and wanting to touch the other panel because it'll be more difficult to get to that very center part. And you can continue making your flowers and have everything ready and just have this piece ready when you have your cups ready, but I think it'll be fun to play with the cups right now, so we're going to make the cups right now. But you can definitely make them at the end. I know the instruction does show them now, but again, you're just going to add this on the very top anyway when you're done, so if you want to do the cups later, you can do the cups later and just focus on your little flower shapes. So for right now, I'm just kind of trying to get the ends to sit well, and then I'll focus on the very center piece in just a minute. So I'm just going to hold these so that these end pieces are where we want them. And then I'll kind of focus on squishing down that center. Okay, I'll be right back. And I'm just kind of creeping with my hands down towards the center. Now this thing is symmetrical, but it is conical almost, so you can probably flatten it out to make that junction touch, but I'm just kind of have my hands on the inside and on the outside, and you can slip a bone folder in there, anything that helps you kind of make sure those glue tabs are touching. The glue tab is touching, sorry, this panel. But that's pretty much it right there. Okay, I'm just gonna wait till it's all set up. It does say, you know, when it's dry to go ahead and then manipulate it to pop in here, so I'm not gonna mess with it right now because it might just pop open, right, since it's wet glue. But look at how cute that is. I mean, you can imagine, assume this place is down here, and then the rest of it. So we can make our little cups or swings or however it is that you want to make them. They do have inlays or panels or however you want to do that. But for each cup, you're going to want to use 6 of these. It does say you want the hexagon, this guy right here, and see how there's a little hole in the center because you're going to hold it onto here with like a brad. So 2 of those guys, and you know, 2 handles if you would like. Where is my other? There it is. I was saying it has one for one side, one for the other, which is nice because you don't have to just like flip it. What they want you to do is sandwich them together like this, you know, so it's nice and sturdy. So whatever it is you want to cut those out of, whatever colors, go for it. I'll show you how to make 1 cup. Obviously I'm going to make 6, but I'm going to cut this from 6, maybe the purple paper or something cute, with its handle. Oh, gold handles would be really cute, wouldn't they? So maybe I'll do gold handles, and then just some coordinating paper for that one. So if I'm cutting a purple one, 6 of this, 2 of these, 1 of each of these. Okay guys, you know how I do, I change my mind. You know why I change my mind on the gold handles is because when you put this together, these little guys are gonna, my goodness, I can't get anything, look at that. They are going to come together, and then these little tabs don't really like nest inside. I suppose if you wanted to really kind of put in between, you could do that, right? But it looks like it's just going to be attached later. If you can try to get them in there, that's up to you. Do you know what I mean? Like in between, like glue it there, and then glue this guy. But I think it's, and then get this guy going, but don't glue it down, and then you can pop it up, right? So it'll be within the cup, and that's something you can do. I'm just going to do what they're showing on the instruction. So I'm just going to glue these together. So obviously we're not going to glue the glue tabs because we want this to, we need those. So we're going to put glue here. Just put those guys together, and our glue tabs will be usable in just a moment. And then there are the pieces that we're going to glue these guys to. And then we have matte layers. So again, decorate now or afterward. I've been decorating before, so you know, maybe I'll continue doing that. But these guys are all going to glue together here and here. This guy kind of curves in, and then this guy's going to be stuck to one of these, right? So let's do a matte layer with an inlay, since I haven't done that in a little bit. I've been doing just matte layers. So I'm going to, maybe now I grab some gold. That'd be cute. I love gold. So I'll run these through some gold paper. I need 6 of them, right? 1 for each side. It also has a little matte layer for the very bottom of the cup if you want, but I think I'm going to let the purple paper just show there. So I'm going to tape this down so it doesn't move and run it 6 times through some gold paper. So what we would do is grab these guys, and again, you can do this when they're all put together. However, I'm just going to add my cute little bits here. Sorry, so I'm just going to add some glue here, and of course you can use the matte layer also, you know, without the you can do the matte layer and this guy and a different color to put it on here, but I'm just going to go for it like this, and I'll do the same thing with all 6, and I'll be right back, and we'll just assemble our first little teacup. So super cute. Okay guys, so we have our 6 sides here, and we'll just bring one of these hexagons over. Basically you're just going to attach them, you know, to this side or that side, whichever it is, and then put one to finish it off. So I'm actually going to do the nice side and then put it this way, right? That's kind of my preference on things. So well, however you want to put these on. So if you want to put the glue on the back of this, put the glue on the back of that. Put the glue on the underside of the tab, and then bring this over and put your nice side facing up, you know, or rough side in there, however it is. They do have some info here. It's just telling you how to put together, but again, not too much as far as a pictorial on that. So let's just keep going. And I don't know, my glue is being very naughty today. There we go. There is. Okay. It's like a little clot in there that needed to come out. Okay. Again, just place these guys. I always look on both sides just to make sure, you know, nothing's in the way of it. Folding over there. Bring in the next guy. Good here. Okay, I'm just going to add the other 3 right on here, and I'll be right back. We'll top it off with this guy. Pop that last one. Again, this is the inside of the cup. And out here we'll add this little guy to reinforce. Just lining up that little dot in the center. And I'll be right back so we can form this into the cup shape. So as I mentioned, you know, if you want to just, you know, sandwich this in here somewhere, you can probably do that. But I'm just going to do what they're showing there, or depict, or writing out, should I say, because like I said, there weren't that many pictures of that part. We're just going to bring this guy together. So, oh, forgot to, oh no, I did score it, just wasn't scoring. So, not super cupped, hopefully you can see that. Just following the guide there. Yeah, I mean, you can go around and do all of just this bottom part and then the top glue tab, but I like to kind of just focus on one area and then move on to the next one. So bring it up, and look how cute that is already. Oh my gosh. This is going to be adorable. I'm going to hold this and basically just go to the next one, right? And just hold that there for a little bit. It's not super pitched is what I'm trying to say, so that's really nice. Really cute. I think in the example they showed with the swing, one of these guys is left off and they have a cupcake in it, so I'm assuming just to have the ability to put a cupcake in. You don't have to do every single panel. Even when you go to the teacups, you know, sometimes it's just open right and then they close the door. But do it however you like. So I'll just go through and glue that one and bring it up. And just continue going. I'm just back at this last one again. If you want to sneak that in there, you can sneak that in there. You know, try to glue it together. Or you can go ahead and just put these guys on the outside bit here like this. I kind of feel like I should sneak it in there. Especially now that I already have these guys down. Let me see if I can do that. Okay, I'm just doing this, guys. If it doesn't work out, I am taking full responsibility. This is just something I'm thinking I should try. I glued those together. And if I was going to do this, I probably would have just gone with my gold handles like I initially was thinking. But there you go. Look at that. Okay, it works. I'm putting it right to the edges of my little... Just bring this up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Well, there you go. Otherwise, you can put one tab this way, one tab the other direction on the outside, and then go ahead and put your matte layer on, right? Just so it fits underneath. But, you know, it'll be visible, so I like what I'm doing here. All right, I'm just going to hold this, and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, guys, so I came up with a little more nuanced way of putting the handle in. But, you know, if you want to do that, great. If not, just attach to the outside. Super cute. Oh my gosh. So I'm going to make 5 more of these. Probably in, you know, colors that coordinate colors I've been using. Maybe one of each, you know, Roy G. Biv kind of color, so we can have those guys. And then you can imagine these are going to be bradded in here like this. So you're going to take a brad and just attach it. Okay? Cute. I'll be back. Okay guys, I mean, how adorable are these? Oh my gosh. I mean, just absolutely adorable. We're gonna start putting this part together. So in the instruction they are saying to go ahead and just take your central, column and just pop it right in here. So we have this guy, remember we made it earlier. And so I'm just gonna take it from here, and basically these pieces are going to glue out like that. You can definitely put glue on the tabs, whatever works for you. Sometimes I'll put the glue on this. But if you're going to put it here, you want to put it very close to the very edges, because that's where you're going to have the tabs. I believe we are going to encapsulate this anyway also, so for right now it's just kind of helping us hold on. So I'm just going to bring this down. Look how snug that is. That's awesome. Sorry, my little teacup's in the way, so I'm kind of doing this little by little, bringing it through, obviously all the way down until we get to those tabs. A little bit more. There we go. Just for that one. So let's go through just a little more. There we are. And just bring it down. Sticking out here. Manipulate those tabs. I cannot wait, guys, to get this put together. It's so cute. And I was just thinking about in the past, if you had the carousel or if you had the like Ferris wheel, how cute. Oh my gosh, a whole collection, right? So, okay, I'll let that kind of set up for just a moment, but we are going to be placing these guys in here with brads. So I'm just gonna let that set up for just a moment. And then while that's setting up and before we put these guys on, you are going to go ahead and put these guys together in that group of 6 again. So all these that we have left. I will say, if you want to, I know with one of them, at the end you kind of pop it on and it's already a ring, but if you want to put them section by section, and if that helps you, kind of make sure it all lines up. It lined up pretty well, but, I don't know. Everybody does things a little bit differently. It might help you out to put a little section, a little section, a little section to cover this up instead of having the one big kind of framed out circle to help you do that. But whatever it is that you want to do, right? Oh my gosh, you guys, we have like a little sneak peek. Look at that. I mean, you can even do it like this if you wanted, but of course, having that little height just makes it that much more special. So I'll leave that there. I'm going to go ahead and glue these guys together. Again, if you want to just wait and just kind of pop them in where they need to be a section at a time, you can do that too. Now that I've put it together, I can see that that's not going to be a problem if you want to do that. But I'm going to go ahead and glue these together just like we did before. And I'll have 3 rings, I believe. And so when we come back, we'll have all the rings that we need to complete. We do need some side pieces still to cut that are going to go, hold these guys like this, right, to give that little stage look. So we do need to get those going. But for right now, I just wanted to have these ready to go. All right, guys, I'll be back. Just again, the 6, so 2 more, and then make 2 more rings. Okay, guys, and there is my 3rd circle. So we have these guys all ready to go. Put those to the side for a moment. And I just have these cute little kind of bright brads. I thought that might be fun. That might be fun. I don't think I've used these before, so let me open this up. And I'll just pop some of these out. I don't know if I have like Roy G. Biv ones. Let's see. I did do 2 pinks, so I like a darker pink, like a coral, and then a lighter pink, a lime green, and a yellow. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I guess we have them ready to go. And so we're just going to take these guys. I'm going to set them up. I did do 2 with like a greenish yellow, gold kind of, 2 with like a silver. I don't know if you can tell, and then 2 with like a blue. So I don't want to put them too close together, the ones that are the same. So like if I have gold here, I'll put the other one in a different spot. So you're just going to pop these guys in here and just attach that. Okay. And I mean, it is a brad, so you can kind of play with that a little bit if you need to. Let's see. Goldie. Let me make sure that's a silver and that's a blue. Okay, so the other one, silver, blue, gold, silver, blue. Okay, or however. So I'm just trying to keep them away from each other. Excuse me. So I'm just going to pop this guy right in here. And then same thing with the other 4. So I'll just put them in the way I feel like, kind of letting the silver or blue decoration, tell me where to put them. I'll be back, you guys. I mean, this is so cute. And like I was telling you, you know, honestly, if you just took another one of these and put it on there and you just want that to be part of your project and just kind of put it on here just for the sturdiness, you can definitely just have that, you know? It's cute. Very cute. We're going to go for the double stage kind of thing. So it's going to look very much like this, but just a little bit smaller. So I do need this piece. This is what they're calling the top side, because this is the top. Now you can decorate this one. You can come in with a decorative edge that's even fancier. So I want to show you, I know it's not in color, but you saw the piece I just got, and it has this piece here. So if you want to just decorate that around the edges and be done with it, you have that. Or you can use this one that's a little bit taller, which I think is very cute. So you can also put those on. You don't have to do both of them is what I'm trying to say. So, you know, yeah, so just, you know, choose which one you'd like for your decorative elements there and go with that. So maybe I'll do the flat one just so it's different, because, you know, these samples all have like the little kind of curvy edge one, so maybe we'll just go with the one that goes right on there. I'll decide that in just a second, because I would like to do that when it's flat, but we need 6 of this. So if I'm going to do that, I'm not going to even wait to decide that. I will go ahead and cut out 6 of this from, you know, some paper that I like. So this one is going to be the same kind of coral pink 6, and then 6 of decorative paper, and I'll be right back. So I just showed you, I had cut these guys out. I went ahead and, you know, layered that on just like we did with the first one. I mean, a lot of it's very much the same, so I don't want to waste your time. And then now for this part, again, just like we did before, I'm going to take it and put all my tabs in, right? And then just start gluing it on as we did previously. I usually like to start with this side, I don't know why, but anyway. So again, same thing. You're going to just take it, and this time when we have sections that are like this, where the other one we had like a little bifurcated kind of section. So I'm going to start here, putting the glue on the tabs, just like I did before, and I kind of put it on my surface because it helps me kind of trap it, right? So putting the glue, holding that down, putting the glue in the next section, holding it down, and going all around, and then we're going to cover that with another piece. So just like we did on that first one. Just like before, when you get to the end, I'm just going to go like this, and then put in that glue tab there. And I was just holding it just like this. It's super easy, like just to be able to press it against your work surface and just hold on to usually the beginning and then the end of the little curve is what I've been doing. And then this guy can come in and hold on to that when I am ready for it. So just a little glue on the glue tab and then hold it closed. Okay, so now we're going to bring back these guys. So you should have 2. Remember, I cut an extra one. I didn't need to. I just ended up having an extra one. And we're going to cut these guys. Now, actually, I'll go ahead and use this. And this is going to be our stabilizers for this part, because if you remember the stabilizers we added in the center, they're just kind of tucked away. You don't really see them. So let's see here. Remember those score lines I showed you guys? Right in there. You're just going to cut on there, and that's going to give you 3 here and 3 off of the other one again. I'm going to use this one. And what we're doing now is just going to score those again on the score line. And this one is actually worded a little bit differently, and it makes more sense to me the way it's worded. Now, these do actually fit in this little spot. If you want to leave it there, or if you want to put it on the inside like I did before, you know, the other one, it didn't quite fit for me, and maybe I attached them too tightly, I don't know, because these guys do fit in here pretty well. But I'm going to go ahead and pop them inside like this. So again, you don't see these anyway, so I'm just going to bring them right inside here. All 6 of them, okay? So pretty much just like before. Very similar steps. But like I said, this one does fit underneath if you wanted to go ahead and attach it there. But for now, I'm just going to put them here on the very edge. Okay, guys, so it looks something like this. And just like before, we're going to tuck this away so we can get this guy tucked under here. So wrong side up, right side up, it doesn't matter. You're just going to do the exact same thing from before and just glue this guy to these. All right, and I'm sorry I didn't get them all folded here. Okay, so again, either like I did before, I put glue on this or put glue on the bottom of the tabs, whatever's easiest for you. You know, do that, and then we're just going to bring this guy in. So from bottom up, and just holding it. Oh, a little eyelash there. Just like before. So I'm going to hold it and go all the way around, do the same thing, and then we're going to bring these stabilizers back up in here, okay? So I'll be back. And with this one, I'm not too worried about what's going on here because we're going to put that piece on top anyway, and then I didn't put the stabilizing piece or like the extra piece here yet. So we can choose which one we like for the top or the bottom, right? And this one, you know, the way it was written, I can see like, oh, okay, I did the right thing the first time, so we're good to go. I think I might have mentioned that already, but anyhow, so now I'm going to put the little glue here. And I did realize that the fine tip glue pokey will help me out with that too. So, just something I discovered as I was thinking. I'm like, oh, this has a piece of metal to help me out. So I'm going to put some glue on those guys. And again, just bring them back up and push down this guy to hold on to those pieces, right? The stabilizing pieces. So glue, bring it in, and bring it in, bring it in. Just like we did before. I just kind of put something heavy on top of that just so that I can assure that those things are touching and everything's good. And so now at this point, again, you know, which one do you want, the top or the bottom? You know, cover the one that you want at the bottom and then put our little guy on the, so then, or, you know, on the other side, you're going to pop this guy on. So choose whichever one. It's pretty good. It looks pretty much the same on either side. So I am just going to take this guy and I think that's it for now. Yeah. So, I'm going to put the glue on this. So all over this, just like I did before, and I'm just going to place it on top, and I'll come back to do the other one. I smooth that out there, and so we're going to turn it over, and this is going to be the top part. And so basically now we're just going to take this guy and glue it onto here, and then from here we can glue this to our main base. Again, I showed you an idea of just kind of putting this on here, and it looks really cute, and I think it's just another quicker way to make a very cute project. So with this one, I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to put plenty of glue on the very edge here because we do have those brads. I use some regular size brads, so they're pretty big. But I'm going to put this all the way to the edge. If you want to use like hot glue, maybe that'd be great too, because this is a sizable item that you obviously want to really hold on and hold on pretty quick. But let's go ahead and put tons of glue. I'm just showing you how I'm gluing it up so you can have that info. Okay, and just line it up and hold it down. That is really like perfect. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna hold that down and I'll be right back. Hope you can see just kind of how that is. It looks amazing. I'm holding this down, guys, I just want to show you. I'm just kind of massaging this because I really want that to close up and look really nice. And then down here, you can kind of see what you're doing. Just kind of push it up so it touches the base, you know, what you're attaching it to. And I'll be back. Hey, guys. Oh my gosh. I mean, look at... This is adorable. I mean, it's just so cute. They do such a great job with this every year. This kind of thing. So, super sturdy. Honestly, this could be its own thing if you wanted, and then put your little top on or however, you know. So we're maxing it out today. We're gonna bring this guy over, and basically you're just gonna adhere this to this guy. There is a little bit of I would say of a space, not quite a 1/4 inch, but maybe a little bit less. So, you know, if you want to put the glue here, which is probably what I'm going to do, because this opening is larger than what we have going on over there. So I'm gonna put the glue here and just kind of follow that area. Again, hot glue for a project like this would be really great. You're going to want to work pretty quickly with that, though, if you're outlining this with hot glue. It does set up a little bit faster than other glues, but this is great. And I'm just going to take this guy, and again, just looking at the shape of it, you're just going to pop that on and hold that down, and I will show you what that looks like when I come back. Oh my gosh, you guys. I can't even. This is so cute. Okay, guys, that might look kind of funny. I just placed some heavy kind of platform pieces that I have to just hold it down so it stays together like this. And I mean, look at that. Looking really great. Looks nice and clean. I cannot believe it. I mean, these are so cute. And you know, I gave you some different ideas of how you might want to put this together if you don't want to do all the different platforms. How about just making a little teacup, putting a little tea bag in there, you know, with some chocolates or maybe some shortbread and putting in a little cellophane bag. I think that'd be a really cute gift. But anyway, let's put this guy over here for now. And we are going to create the top portion, right? So we have our die set. And what I'm going to do is just go grab some items for that, or, you know, just run them through the papers that I've already chosen. You know, like I have this pink or purple or whatever colors that complement what I have going on here. But we do need the top panel. You need 6 of this guy. And it does create a portion that comes out, and then it also comes down around here. You know what I'm saying? This part, not this top part, but the part that goes down in here. So that's already there, and it's super cute, decorative. You don't have to put that little crown piece if you don't want to. I mean, if you want just this, you can add the crown pieces too. So we need 6 of this. The hexagon, it says we need 2. And this is going to go underneath. You're not going to see it. I mean, if you really look under there, you might see it. But I'll probably just run this through white paper just to make it the same as the column in the middle. So you need 2 of this, 6 of this guy, and what else is saying? Oh, it's decorative edge, you know, if you would like to use that or not. So this is the decorative edge for that portion, is this guy here. So you can cut this out of your base piece, maybe a matte layer, maybe an inlay. I think I'm going to do a matte layer on that. There's also layers for this guy, and there's also pieces that you can put around, you know, this portion too. So, and with an inlay, just a matte layer, however it is that you like. So at this point, you know, we've done a lot of these things that are very similar. So I'm probably going to cut matte layers or inlays from this portion too for that. So we need 6, right? 6 of this guy. And I'll just cut this through some paper. So 6 of this through some decorative paper, 6 and 2. And I will be right back. My pieces here. I'm going to go ahead and just glue together the matte layers. And then we have these 2 guys that we're going to need in a little bit. And then these guys, I did like blues and greens for every other one. I'm going to go ahead and glue those down. And I'll be right back. Guys, you know, as I continue, I just kind of put these on here. I do want to say I usually fold my tabs first. With this one, I kind of left it that way. But this one for sure, I'm going to go ahead and score my tabs. And then this one just kind of goes down like that, so you can imagine it goes around after it's a hexagon shape, okay? And then I'll go ahead and glue my accent pieces on. Guys, so we're basically going to put the icing on the cake. So we have these 2 pieces. They're basically to stabilize the center. So, you know, we have this, and it, you know, kind of squeezes if you need to, if you want it to. I mean, if you squeeze it, it's going to squeeze. But what we're going to do is open these guys up, and we'll go ahead and do that first before we do these other pieces. So on one of these guys, we're going to cut off the glue tab, and then we're just going to glue it together with the other glue tab on the other one. And there are some score lines on this, so I mean, you can score them first or after you do this part, but either way they're going to have to get scored. So we can lay that one piece on top of that guy, and so you have that hexagon shape, and then basically you're going to score these down, or however you like, but basically we want this to go down in here. So, I mean, I can wait till that sets up, or we can just move on for this part. So we're going to put tons of glue on each one of these tabs. And you're basically going to take this and push it down into the center here. That's so funny. It looks straight up and down to me, but it looks sideways like this. It should be like that, right? But anyhow, so taking that hexagon shape and just putting it right down in there. I'm getting glue all over my hands, but you know, that's how it is. So I'm just following one of the shapes. Don't let that go. There we go. Oh my gosh, you guys. So I have some glue on my hands, but I'll just straighten that out and just push that down to like right there. All right, so it's kind of flush, the top. These guys we need in a little bit. We're going to glue those to the top of this guy once we get this going. So now with this one, again, it says to go ahead and make it one long band. If you want to just put one at a time and then glue it that way, that's great. I'm going to try, this is paper that's very glossy, so it's going to take a minute to set up. It always takes a while to set up, but basically one after the other we've done. So I'm just going to glue them all together, all 6, right, in the long strand. See, I'm telling you, I don't know if this is the best way for me to use this particular paper. Maybe I should stick them down in pieces, but we will try. Okay, and then this one, we're just going to go ahead and adhere these so it makes like a little hexagon shape. You know, again, you can do some decorating of that piece too if you wanted to. I was like, what is going on? I got 2 pieces in my hand. That's what happened. So again, lining this up. It does say to add this after you're done, so I'm just going to have them ready. And then this piece that goes down like this, right? So I'm going to go across the whole thing, putting it together right on the edge so we get the intended shape. Next one, next one, next one, and I'll come back when I am coming back around. Oh my goodness. Every step, I mean, it's just cuter and cuter. So, last bit, and just going to put some glue here. And I know this video is on the longer side. I pretty much went step by step and did everything that they have in here. You can also make it little swings. And it has parts, you know, different die cut pieces you would need for that, but you can just follow the instruction. I went with the teacups kind of ride. So I'm kind of holding it flat here, but I'm also pushing back in here. And I suppose if you wanted to lay it down like this, you could do that too, so you can really give it a good push, just making sure that it's still lined up. You could do that with all of the sections, you know, just lay it against here. You don't have to hold it up in the air like I do, but that's just how I do. And last piece, just going to get that lined up a little better. I'm gonna hold on to that. We're going to put this little addition around, and then we're gonna add it to our whole base piece. Okay guys, we're getting there, we're getting there. Look at that. So pretty. And again, you have matte layers you can put behind this too. It doesn't have to be just the, you know, the base paper and then this guy on top. Obviously you can use the die cut without the inlay to make a matte layer that goes behind that. So we're just gonna go for it. So with this guy, yeah, I can start here or at the other end, doesn't matter. You're basically gonna adhere it along this. So I'm just going to eyeball what that means for me. So like here, up until like here. So just maybe the top 1/4 inch. I mean, you can bring it down lower, whatever it is that you think, but by each section, right? So bring that around here. So I'm just eyeballing this. That looks good to me. And once it holds on, I'll move on to the next section. Right, so you're just kind of choosing where you want to put that. You can put it much closer to the little scallop. I already put glue on this section, so I'm just going to move down to that part and looking to see that I have it nice and straight. This is where I'm choosing to put mine. Like I said, if you want to bring it down lower, you can. I mean, you can put it across this whole thing. You just have the very bottom of the scallop showing. Whatever it is that you like. So in here, I'm going to put some glue and some over here just to get that next bit ready. And yeah, I'm just going to continue going around, and I will meet back up with you guys once I am back at the beginning. As I've just come around, and again, you can also lay this down in each section. Just make sure you're pushing it up against there. Here, I need to go ahead and put some glue here. And go ahead and get that guy together. So I'll hold that and also make sure this is nice and straight, and I will be right back. How cute is this? Hey guys, I mean, I cannot tell you how amazing this looks in real life, how nice it feels. This is Craft Perfect paper, which is closer, I guess, 85 pound. I don't really know what that translates to in GSM, but it just feels so sturdy with all the different layers and everything. I just can't even, oh my gosh, you guys. I'm gonna have to take this outside probably to get some good pictures for you guys, because I know I can tilt it for you, but it's just not gonna be the same. So with these guys, they're kind of up. We're going to add our little crown and have our beautiful project. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, I know it was on the longer side, going through all the different steps, doing it a couple different ways, even though this really echoes what we did here. So I showed you a couple different ways to do that. I'm gonna bring this guy over, and I'm just going to pop it down, but I do want to see, you know, as far as the shape, like if it's where it should be. That looks pretty good. And there, and there, and more, nope, more towards the center. Trying to see where these tabs should kind of be, and hopefully make it right. So I'm just going to eyeball that. That looks really good. Nice and straight. And I'm going to hold that down until it sets up, okay? So I'll be right back. I just want to show you, if you hold it in your hand, and this is completely upside down, you can see that if you push it all the way down, it matches up in its little sections of the hexagon. So just make sure you have that, you know, nicely pushed in there, and you're good to go. You guys, I brought this back, so I want to show you. I mean, this is the die set. One sheet, lots of nice dies on here that make a project like this. I mean, this is crazy adorable. You know, my daughter did see it as I was working on it. She's like, oh, is that gonna be mine? I'm like, yes, of course it's gonna be yours. She loves these. She still has her carousel, she has her Ferris wheel, and you know, she stores little things in them. And this one's gonna be super cute. You just put your little treats in here. Can you imagine that being like on a centerpiece, or you know, a baby shower, or just a party, or just whatever it is? Just putting all types of different little candies in there. I mean, oh my gosh, you guys. So I'm going to try to give you some measurements. I don't know that they're going to mean much of anything. As far as the height, it's probably 10.5 inches tall or so, I would say. I mean, the very top here is, I don't know. I mean, it's hard for me to tell because I don't think I'm having this on. Maybe 7 inches in this direction here. Obviously, it's going to be a little bigger in the pointy part of the hexagon. The different layers. I mean, everything in this is just deluxe and just so cute. So I'm going to grab some pictures for you guys outside. There's no way I'm going to get them in here under this camera. But thanks so much for watching, guys. Thank you so much, Tonic Studios, for sending these items for review, for sponsoring the video. I have no words. All right, guys, I'll have pictures for you. I'll have all the links there. Enjoy your March Madness week, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye now.